Hey everybody, Barry here again. Before I get back at anything cool, I have to fix my mistakes. By mistakes, I'm meaning bashing the whole front out of the van. So when I was loading up on the dollies, I kind of missed a little bit. And what happened was, I was dog tired, no excuses, but I got home at 3 o'clock in the morning, got up again at like 9 or something like that, tried to load the van up on the dollies, missed. So, I had it lined up perfect with the driver's side tire right here, like the ramp was lined up perfect. And the clutch wasn't working right, so I was like, I'll get a runoff so I can just kind of bounce it up onto the dollies, good to go. Not realizing how wide the van is, and missed one, missed one side completely. And this is the passenger side, and yeah, I hit it right here, split the bumper, bashed up all this, split it back there, beat the grill out of it. I don't know how, but I just missed the intercooler. Like, it didn't touch the intercooler. It didn't touch the frame that I had made. Didn't touch the rad. So lucky. While unlucky. So anyway, I'm gonna make this really, really fast fix. It's probably gonna have like a bunch of holes drilled along here and then rabbit wire made in X's. You know, drift stitches in a caravan. No street cred here. It's just me trying to fix the bumper so Cass doesn't kill me while I'm waiting for another one. And I'd like to drive it on the street, but I can't with no bumper because it looks really sketchy. So, yeah. And apparently I can use like plastic weld, like JB plastic weld or whatever, and maybe that might work. I have my doubts, but it may work fine. So we'll come up with a couple options. Well, I got the front grille piece taken out, which is in fine shape. There's nothing wrong with this at all. And this looks pretty much worse than I expected, but the only saving grace is that this here is still intact. So I can start from here and work my way to where it's actually broken and stitch it along here. What I'm gonna use is, this is just regular old tie wire, mechanics wire, baling wire. It's 18 gauge, so it'd work perfect. That's good and strong. Just drill 2 holes, stitch it, twist it on the back, done. Yeah, it's sketchy, but the new bumper is 300 bucks, and I got a lot of money to spend on stuff right now, so it'll work for now until I can get one. And yeah, I'm gonna go just start drilling some holes. Looks better already. Well, hey, it's a van again. It ain't pretty, but it'll work. But it does kind of look cool though. I don't hate it at all. Everything still works. Grill doesn't line up perfect, but it's a red Caravan. I gotta buy a bumper for it and then paint it. So it's probably gonna cost me like $500 by the time I'm done, but stuff happens. So yeah, got a bumper. I didn't want to spend a whole video doing just the bumper, but I've got a few more things I'm gonna do. Maybe start at some exhaust today. Like, I had a thought. Just a thought. That I might just leave all of this here in case there's a time that I do a turbo on this again. And just do my exhaust off a flange here, run it back there, out the back. With some sort of a muffler, just nothing quiet, of course. It's gotta sound awesome. But yeah, a single in, single out, 2.5 inch muffler, or well, probably a 3 inch if I'm gonna do it this way. And I bet it would sound awesome. So it's kind of a plan. And of course, this big old intake thing I got made here, this is just to get it running, get the mass air figured out, get the IAT in there. That would go along and probably sit right around here, out of the way of the exhaust. And I think that'll work fine too, as long as I can shut the hood. And then it's just a red Caravan going down the road, like every other red Caravan or every other gray or black Caravan. Just an unassuming minivan with children going to soccer. That's all I want it to be. So I think now that this ugly thing is fixed, I think I'm gonna go ahead and plan out the exhaust. At least I'll get an idea. I'll order a muffler, that'll be here in a week. All I gotta do is make the exhaust down to where I figure the muffler is gonna be, put a wideband bung in it so I can actually use my wideband, because right now I had it stuffed down there with a couple zip ties, and that was enough for me to just to get it running with the mass air and get an idle tune in it anyway. Was not ideal, obviously. Do not recommend at all. I had some heat shield stuff on it, which was this, you know, to stop this casing and stuff from getting burnt. Definitely wasn't perfect, but it worked. Well, this video is going in a bit of a different direction than I expected. I was going to put some exhaust on the van, but then I ended up buying a trailer off my buddy Trevor Waterman. I've said his name on videos a bunch of times. Got a couple of intercoolers of it and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go over to his place in Embry and check out this trailer. It's a rough old car hauler. It's only got one axle under it, but it's potential to be a decent machine. And he gave it to me for like 50 bucks just to get it off his property so he doesn't have to move it. And yeah, so I'll put an axle under it and clean it up, either put a deck on it or go U-Haul style and just have two sort of like ramps or tracks or whatever it is, so the center is open but the tires got something to ride on. So yeah, we'll check it out when we get there. All right, well, here we are. This thing is big. It's a repurposed trailer. I don't know exactly what they used it for, but they had like snow barrier stuff on here. And one axle is missing, so I gotta put an axle in it. But this one is here. And I think I'm just gonna have to widen the axle because it sits between the rails, and I'll measure the width of the van and the rat rod and see how wide they are, because that's mainly what I'm gonna be hauling. I think I'll make it so it can pull a full-size shaft truck, and then I'll know it can fit pretty much anything. This tire over here is inflated up fine. This one needs some air. And I'm not sure what size ball it is. I think it's like 2 5/16. So the deck is completely rotten, but not really concerned. I'll just put a new deck on it. It's right here. And the sides actually come off by the looks of it. Well, that one doesn't. But the other one is sleeved down into a piece of pipe. And yeah, other than that, I'm not sure if this is a 2 inch or 2 5/16. It's big stuff though. But oh, it's got a jack on it too, sick. And it works. Huh? So I'm gonna go grab an air pig and there's flies on me. And blow up that tire and see if we can pull this thing home. Well, I'm back here at the trailer and grabbed some air. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. and hopefully it pumps the tire up. So, of course, I've got a lot of work to do on this thing. I'm probably going to have to put some gracing in it just to stiffen it up a lot. I'm going to widen the axle, put another axle in it, and I'm going to make this trailer, that's not going to work, as low as I can, because I don't want it to be, you know, too steep to ride a vehicle up on, because the rat rod is really low and the van is really low in the front, so I don't want this to be like bottoming out on the middle of the chassis and stuff. So, and I think I might potentially kick this down 4 or 5 inches to make it kind of like a dovetail kind of thing. I think it's a 2-inch by the looks of it. It's kind of hard to see, but it's not very big, and that's very lucky because that thing is seized in there. Look at that. I've never had the hitch out of this. I hope this works. Let's try and load it up. Hey, we got a trailer. And this thing actually works. It's wild. I don't think I've ever seen one that actually worked correctly. Yeah, safety chain. Sick. I'm gonna get this thing finished up. I forgot my tripod, or I would have filmed all of it, but when we're on the road, we'll check it out. Well, let's see if it moves. Wow, it's like there's nothing behind me. That's wild. I'm gonna get it out here on the gravel, look over it, just make sure nothing's broke off or falling off, and we'll be able to tow this thing home. Dude, that is a massive trailer. That is long. Looks sketchy enough. Just my style. Both tires have air. Green rope is a good sign. Yep, perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's get this thing home before I get pulled over. I don't want them to confiscate my $50 trailer just after I bought it. Man, I can't believe how well this thing tows. It's wicked. Assuming it doesn't fly off and go out into traffic or in a ditch. Oh boy, road's bouncy. Getting the ultimate test now. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do on this thing. Of course, you saw that the axles of the tires are under the trailer. So I'm going to widen the axle probably a foot-ish, 1.5 foot, just so the tires are on the outside of it. And I'll take the sides off so it's a true flatbed. And maybe the last 4 feet of the trailer I'll tip down. So it's like it's already like a half a ramp. That way it'll be an easier incline to drive a vehicle or pull a vehicle up onto the trailer. Losing my English today. And yeah, this thing's gonna have a lot of work to do on it. I gotta put another axle in it, widen that one, do the ramp thing, clean it up. It's got plywood on it right now. I think it was used for hauling around crab pots or something like that, because it's a big fishing community here. And so I'll beef it up and put a lot more cross braces in it. It looks like it's got a 2x4 frame rails anyway, going front to back, so it's a fairly heavy trailer, but I just want to make sure it's going to be like ultra heavy and strong. I don't want any chance of this breaking or causing any danger or any damage to anybody. So yeah, I'm going to back this thing in the yard and then we'll have a closer look at it. Well, it's home. Crazy. I can't believe how long that trailer is. Wow. Probably gonna have to shorten it up some. Maybe move the axles ahead a little tiny bit. It looks fairly heavy, like there's a lot of, this is 1/8 inch thick here. The frame is only in about 1 foot from the edge of the trailer, so I can widen that. Add some bars in just to stiffen it up. I don't know if I'm going to do leaf springs or if I'll just do solid, because that'll drop it down another probably 6 inches if I can make it nice and solid. Widen that out. I'd like for the tires to be out right here, because obviously I'm not going to run wheels up over these ramps. That'd be kind of counterproductive. And I'm beating the rocker panels off everything. This pipe here is really, really good and it's long. Like that's, I don't know what it is, probably 20 feet. So if anything, I've got a good frame of a trailer, like 40 feet of really good 1.5-inch galvanized pipe. And I'm not going to be doing sides. Like I said, I'll have a completely flat open trailer. Maybe have tie downs every foot or every 2 feet even, just so if I need to bring something to the dump, I can hook ratchet straps on it, tie it on, and it'll be secure. The next question is, how do I get licensing on this thing? So I think I gotta go DMV, tell them I made a trailer, and just get a T-plate for it. So yeah, dude, it's a trailer. And I can finally tow that thing to the scrapyard after I pull the engine out of it. Sweet. And this thing tows like crazy. Now, this is probably only 500 pounds and it's open, so it's not really a lot of resistance there, but I didn't even have to touch gas on the way home, so it tows wicked. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave destruction and construction on this thing for another video. I'm gonna finish this one up here because it's getting kind of snaky. There's like everything in this van stuff and trailer stuff, and what a state. So there's no construction whatsoever to this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.